All right. We're back. All right, we're back. Oh man. Or am I? Am I back? It's okay. We're back. We're back. I'm back. Okay, we're back. Back. We're back. All right, man, we're back. We're back. Watching. We are back. Thanks again for being here. We are going to be moving on. Moving on. We're just going to keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. Just gonna keep going here. We're back. My back. My back hurts. Lower back. Oh. Haven't been stretching. Haven't been exercising. Just been drinking a lot of beer. Not terribly productive. Actually, no. I take that back. I've been somewhat productive, I guess. I think it's one of those things you just don't ever know if you're maximizing your output. We're back. We're back. We're getting started here. Getting started. Healthy living. Notes on healthy living. Staying positive. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. We're gonna get you guys feeling positive about yourselves on the program today. We're gonna feel really supercharged. We're gonna be inspired through lack of motivation, through lack of energy. We will blossom and supercharge. We will seek heat-seeking missiles. No, let's not get into that. Motivation. Well, yeah, where's your motivation? Where is your energy at the moment? Right now, I have very little energy. Energy levels are at the bare minimum. Thanks again for being here. Let's Paint TV at a low point. More tired though than anything else. A little slow today, but we will be supercharging here in a moment. I think I just need to move some paintings around. I'm kind of looking at my paintings right now, and there's a few of them that I'm kind of happy about the add-ons to what I have created. Happy enough. The push and pull process has stopped, and it's I don't know if it's just me being lazy. Could be, but I'm finding enough excuses to, I guess, let the paintings be. Though I must say, they could maybe still, one or two of them still could use a little more help. So that's something to contend with. It's contentious. I guess it doesn't hurt to just look. By the way, I've had some coffee already. I've had about 3 cups of coffee, and it's hasn't really done me any good as of yet. And I'd have to make some more coffee, which I guess I could. That might get me going. Or not. Yeah, you're watching Let's Paint TV. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. We are here to supercharge your whatever it is, whatever it needs to be charged. We are here to do that for you. As mentioned, as you can tell, I'm in a state of contemplation. I'm not, I obviously am not above and beyond the pale. I am not feeling extra mojo. And I know I probably could get there if I jumped in. And as you know, I talk about that all the time. Manufacturing a run, a as opposed to a home run, grand slam, touchdown, more of an inchworm. Well, we were definitely inchworming it now. Oh man, almost like a turtle, tortoise. In terms of getting access to one's inner sanctum. A little rusty, though. That was a little inspirational. That note that I just put across there, but definitely slow on the delivery here today. And I actually feel okay about it. I feel naturally I can complicit. I'm contemplated, content. I'm somewhat content. I'm a melancholic right now. I think that's the word, melancholic. Melon tonic. I'll have a melon tonic. Melon flavored tonic water. Yeah, I feel like big with the brain, more like cauliflower as opposed to a brain. If I only had a brain. Melancholic. Melon cauliflower. Melon Holden Caulfield. Macaulay Culkin. All right, so that's where we are today. In a funk. A funk, my friends. The funk-alicious aspects of the downs, of the Down syndrome, of feeling down, but not out. We're not out of it. Not at all. We are in a fog, but at ease. A funkadelic. I will survive. I will survive. or will I? Will I? I feel like just sleeping. Going back to sleep is what I feel like. But I am doing just that. Kind of sleepy. Maybe some more coffee would help, I suppose. Always trip out on the delay factor. Well, we got 7 people watching. That is exciting. I hope I'm not disappointing. I hope I'm entertaining you in my slow, sluggish performance. I hope you're intrigued, curious. Those are good signs. Those are good properties, good tools in the creative toolbox. Intrigued, curiosity, you name it, throw it in there. Throw all aspects of thought in the creativity box. You know, creativity box can actually is quite an inclusive, all-inclusive thought. All-inclusive trip. It is all-inclusive. It can handle all forms of thought. I don't know if there's anything that is excluded from the creativity toolbox. I think you could pretty much put anything, any thought in there, and benefit, make it good, make it positive, make a well, it could easily be negative. That's for sure. We know we can go that route easily. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know if anyone even who purposely tries to be negative, purposely tries to be an asshole, purposely tries to be evil, if you will. If they're really, how many of those said people are knowingly actively engaged in those that thought of full-on negativity, in the sense of that they really are committed to the act of being an evil person, and shed evil evil things on one another, to whoever they encounter. I would say that there's a small percentage of people that are. I think a lot of people are unaware of their evilness. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Are we funked out? It looks like it's doing something. It's like I'm freezing. And I don't really know what that's all about. If we're still on or not. Doesn't look like we are on. Are we back? Okay, I guess we're back. Or somewhat. It looks like as if we are. The painting you posted this past weekend was beautiful, Mr. Letts. Thank you, Bongo. Yeah, I liked how that one came out. Ugh. Ouch. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, God. I need to stretch. Why? I have not stretched I would say I have not stretched in about a month. And at least 2 weeks. And I believe I'm paying the dividends from that. I feel creaky. I feel the aches and pains that make it even more. Makes one's tormented life limits one's maneuvers. And kind of feel like the Tin Man or one of those characters from Wizard of Oz. I don't know which one. Maybe all of them. Don't really have a heart, and I don't really have a brain. I don't really have... Okay, there was 3 of them. Tin Man didn't have a heart. The Scarecrow didn't have a brain. Wasn't there a... courage. The lion did not have courage. I'm about all 3 of those at times, and I think that's probably why that's a beautiful. Those kind of fable type of I don't know if you call that a fable, but stories are always hit home with so many of us, because we are, if we're honest with ourselves, we are aware that we are cowards and don't have heart, we don't have compassion, and we're kind of stupid, and we're all capable of doing all those things. Speaking of that, compassion. So I like to think I'm a compassionate person at times, at least off and on. And there was a report that psychopaths, those are the people that are people that are not aware. Apparently, they're not aware. At least I'm under the impression that they're not aware that they do evil things, and they just stomp over people with any ill will on themselves, without any concern or compassion, if you will. Anyway, psychopaths, which makes total sense. Psychopaths prey on compassionate people, and makes total sense, and it just makes them even more sort of evil. But again, do they know how evil they really are? I bet you talk to them, that's because they're lying. But even deep down, they don't know, they don't realize, they still feel innocent in their output of who they are and what they do. They always have an excuse. Everyone has an excuse. Even psychopaths have an excuse. Mass murderers have an excuse. So, give them a break. Give them a break. All right. Okay, so we've trying to get get moving. And I guess I am through talking it out. We're talking this out, man. We're talking this one out, aren't we? I guess so. I am. I'm somewhat getting my wits, my energy to movable. I'm starting to move. I'm starting to get going. And usually it takes always, without fail, about a half an hour into the program before I can even verbalize 2 sentences and put them together, which I think I have done. Finally, today, this morning, though I am in a fog of sorts. I guess I could get painting. I might want to do a little painting. I don't know. I sure wish I knew what to do with what I do. I wish I knew how to. Maybe it's one of those fleeting things. You just never know kind of where to go. And maybe it's the struggle that you just never can you ever get rid of, that kind of struggle. Even if you're under, say, the pressure or under the understanding, collaboration with an entity other than yourself, a commitment of some sort that you have prescribed yourself. It is I think even then it's still misleading, and you're probably better off not having that also. What I'm trying to say is trying to find some sort of motivation in the continuum, in what you do. Obviously, the selling, the marketeering, the Three Musketeers, the Mickey Mouse Club, Justin Timberlake, Lynette Funicello, Britney Spears. That part of the pie gives you impetus to keep doing whatever that was successful in what you're doing. Obviously, we know that the pitfalls of that is more of the same. So we're back to square one. To wish upon a star, to wish that something is better than what it is or is not, is maybe a false sense of security. So I guess what we're trying to figure out here is you're probably better off left alone to figure out one's own owns discovery. One's own. I guess you can't owns, but I feel like you should. You could. One's own. Okay, so with that in mind, probably better just, it is, I've always known this, we talk about this all the time. You need to be free of that kind of nonsense. What really great or interesting comes from that? A lot can, no doubt, but I think if you can, one can get more to the core of what you're doing without any of that. But we still got to find a way to stay afloat, which I guess that is always the true ultimate problem. The only trick that I think has been helpful for me is, it's not really a trick, but a sort of a thought, and that is, I guess, you just gotta go until you're broke, kind of thing. You can't be too practical. I mean, you could, and maybe you should, but I find what helps me is maybe it is some otherworldly guidance, some help. I tend to think that there could be the case, in my part, for myself, a little guidance, unbeknownst to me, or well, I sort of think I might know, but little angel, if you will, or some sort of form similar to that. Maybe that's really all it is. Or to have faith. I don't know. I guess I have faith. But boy, the struggle of just waking up is a tough go. I mean, I'm ultimately, that's what I'm up against. Just motivating myself for another day. I think that might be really the cusp of my funk, more so than really anything else. But other things do sort of come into that funk. Other things can fester or develop, percolate into the thought from something that is as simple as you're waking up, you're thinking, you're contemplating. You're not moving either, by the way. So as such, your energy, maybe the depression mode can keep you down, possibly, if you let a lot of stuff in, and not find a way to let it out. I guess that is ultimately the $1 million question, or prognosis that we all have, is how to let it out in a positive way, creative way, and so that you can, I guess, ultimately feel at ease with the with the world, with what you have, with your day that's in store. I think a lot of times it is maybe we have too many possibilities. Maybe we have too many. We're too free. Man is too free. One is too free to do whatever you want to do. So when you have all that freedom, you end up being maybe lethargic as I am right now. And no amount of coffee can break through that silence, that doom and gloom, without maybe some interconnectivity with your fellow human being, or creatures that you may encounter, other creatures. The mosquito, for one, is a wonderful mechanism. I wouldn't call them a pet. They clearly are a bug, because they bug you. Maybe it's more of an itch, because they itch. They should be categorized as itches. Mosquitoes. They do bug you, though. They're pretty good at bugging. Now, a ladybug, I don't know. I don't know if we should call that a bug, because they don't really bug you. They offer more happiness usually. Though, if you do get a ladybug that walks on your skin, it is sort of an itch. It is sort of a bug. And so I guess in that sense they are a bug. But they're the good bugs. A good bug. Maybe some more coffee, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I need some more coffee. And just sort of waiting for the day to get started. Maybe for some of you, you're in other quadrants of the time zone. And as such, your day has already begun. And one would think that my day should have begun a long time ago, being that it's almost noon here. And yet I'm still in a funkadelic. But I just need to get my paints going here, I guess. Get that process going. Once you get started, I guess maybe I don't want to get started now, because once I get started, then I might not stop, which seems kind of strange, strange thought of sorts. Oh, man. All right. You're watching Let's Paint TV for inspirational discussions of sorts. Or not. I quite enjoy actually being here with you. It may sound or seem as if I'm suffering a little more than I need to, but I am actually quite enjoying the moment. I'm enjoying the moment. Believe it or not. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave you with that thought. Even though I am, I guess I am avoiding the impending task at hand, the impending work. Maybe I'm procrastinating. Even though I don't really know where to go at the moment. So that might be the reason why I'm procrastinating. But I'm okay with the sort of the funk that I got going on right now. I'm okay with that. Or I'm fooling myself. How about that? I'm fooling myself. Maybe I'm lying. Or maybe I'm not aware. Such as a psychopath is not aware that they are evil people who take advantage of compassionate people. I read that on Yahoo somewhere, or I always get all my news from Yahoo, it seems, and I think I read that, but I didn't read the story. I just read the headlines, so I didn't really get into that. But I'm sure you could Google that story and read all about it. Read all about it. Read all about it. Is my time up yet? Because it sure feels like it is. Is that right? A ladybug that lands on you, it's good luck. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh, well. I gotta say that maybe a handful of times in my life have a ladybug land on me, and it was a beautiful moment. It did kind of itch a little bit, and I think in one case or a couple of times they might have even left a little bit of residue, like they peed and poop on my forearm. Usually it's my forearm. And that made me mad. I thought they disrespected me, crapping on my my wholesome skin. And so I squished the bug. No, no. I think I just let it crap on me, because it's a ladybug. Let a ladybug do what it wants to do. I don't know if I guess they eat other bugs though, so they're not really they're kind of evil too, aren't they? if we can evil eating other organisms, if that's evil, is that the root of all evil? Is just eating other animals, other species, other bugs, other. Is that, in a sense, maybe we shouldn't be eating at all? That's what we should not be doing. We should not eat. We should not eat any animals or plants. Eat nothing. And then we would attain full spiritual love and eternal bliss. Of course, we would die, but maybe that is the nut in a nutshell. At least it's the nut in the nut house. As if one or two of you probably assume that that's what's coming out of my pie hole. Okay, a few more minutes left here on the program. Happy to talk to you and converse, interact, or not. Happy to do either or both. Yeah, I was gonna paint, but I got into talking. I feel better though. I feel I feel as if I was doing some therapy here. Maybe that's what this is. It's just really my therapy. Um, Actually, if you want to think about that idea, pretty much anything you do that is creative or physical, recreationally, but then work too. Work is also really any movements that you do is full on therapy. You usually. It could be bad therapy. Say if you were maybe if you were a prison guard and you were doing evil stuff of some sort where you are abusing the prisoners. That would not be good therapy for you or for the prisoner. That would be bad all around. That would be bad therapy. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much bad stuff. Nothing good comes from that, I don't think. Pretty certain of that. Maybe it doesn't matter because you go to the whole full spectrum of well, you'll just die anyway, and it's true. We will die. We are going to die. I wonder about that, or I think about that. But what's interesting is how about people that are kind of at their later years of their lives? It's interesting to see how they deal with that, because I don't know if they always really worry about that, even though their time period has, I guess they do. They got to, right? To some degree. Must be an interesting thing to be. Everything's interesting, but I guess I'm just imagining how that could be or is. I think one might actually consider or think about death more so when you are maybe in a bad physical state or mental state, obviously. But that could be. The thing is that's really any time in one's life, really. I mean that could be now for any of us when we really have a long future ahead of us. Yes, it's very interesting, I must say. It's interesting on many forefronts, or at the very least, it's a tattoo on your forehead, which is always a great place to put a tattoo. Well, that, my friends, is another exciting show. We, as guaranteed, we did inspire you to motivate yourself to doing something other than standing here, sitting here, looking at someone about to fall asleep with a certain amount of lack of energy. Now, lack of energy could be construed to depression. Maybe they do correlate, and I suspect that is the case with me. A little depressed. I'm willing to admit it. But you just I'll tell you what, I always feel better though by doing something, and I'll tell you that. Ryan says what sucks is when something really great happens to you and it doesn't even make you happy. Yeah, that's not good. That sucks, doesn't it? And I guess that can happen, can it? I hate to think that does happen, but I think you're right. It does happen. Not always, but I think that there are times. where that becomes an issue. Uh, but you're not aware of it, that it's an issue. I don't think you're ever. We could call this bum talk. Bummed out talk, depression talk, lack of inspiration. But we know how to break out of it. We know how to break out of that. I know what to do. And I think I'll tell you the problem. Everyone's problem in terms of the depression is ultimately we are on many aspects of your depression comes based on the sense of you're not keeping up with the Joneses. You're not David Beckham. You're not Michael Jordan. You're not Edie Chacon. You're not Isadora Duncan. You're not these various people that we look up to. Usually stars, but it could be just strictly someone in your life that is looks to be successful or to be happy, and you have the perfect life, right? The 2 kids, the wife, the beautiful wife, 2 kids, 2 cars, 2 houses. Whatever you want, whatever your ideal or whatever you assume is the, if it's maybe it's an artist and that seems to be successful, more successful than your success or your limited success. So again, it is, and this is the cusp of the all problems. Now, or it could be. I mean, I think that's one route of someone's depression is that we are, and that goes back to the whole. There's that whole biblical. What is that? It's one of the 10 Commandments, isn't it? Don't be keeping up with the Joneses. Don't worry about the Joneses, or something like that. Do not covet thy woman's wife, the wife next door. Something like that. I think that is a big pie of the depression pie. I think there's more to it. I think we can get over that if we're aware of that to some degree. But I think the other form of depression is just personal issues such as lack of money. Those kind of things, or no leads, and I'm not talking about the soccer team or the city in England. So I obviously that's a big part too. Is sort of your lack of success or your mistakenly thinking of the fact that you have lacked the success. But again, you're basing it on that big part of the pie, and that is what other people you sort of look up to or think that you're supposed to look up to, and you pale in comparison. So you drink a pale ale. You drink about 6 or 7 pale ales to feel better, and that does for a short period of time make you feel better. But then you come back to earth, and you do the cycle all over again. Bongo, I don't know what you're talking about. Your father's over 70 and he worries about it. What is it? What does he worry about? Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Hey, it's 12 noon, guys. My time is up. I'll hang out a little longer since we're having a great time talking about lack of motivation. And is lack of motivation really depression? Is it really just straight up depression, and you need to be medicated or something, or you need to self-medicate or something? I don't know. If you can, I recommend. I always recommend the three-pronged approach to depression or lack of energy, lack of motivation, and that is some form of creativity, some form of exercise, and healthy food. It seems to help. Let's put it this way. I would say do that first, as opposed to going the. But you know, it's hard, man. If you have an emotional breakdown, a psychological breakdown, that you cannot seem to snap out of it. It's hard not to. Go the other route and use some sort of prescribed medication, I suppose. A lot of people do. So this show is brought to you by Zoloft. Isn't that a depression pill? Okay, just reiterate. I am not depressed. I am more. Actually, I am a little depressed, but I'm also more sleepy. I'm as much sleepy as I am depressed. But I guess I am a little depressed, and I think I always am a little bit. I think I'm always fighting that, and that's because I'm sensitive. Wait, no, I don't know. Is that the reason? I don't know. Actually, no, I'm an asshole. That's why I'm depressed, because I'm an asshole. Oh, I see. He worries about the great beyond. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. But I think about that myself. And I'm just a little over halfway there. If I'm going to get to 90, I'd be kind of interesting to get to 90. I'm not so. Hopefully you have your health and you still have your mind and physical wherewithal to keep going at that age. It's a weird world. It's a weird world. Thinking, and as such, there is more room to when we have time to think, or to expand our brains, since we only use so much of our brain power. What's the name of that movie with Scarlett Johansson, and she is somehow ends up using like 100% of her brain power, and by such she ends up like from the trailer, the movie trailer, she ends up like destroying Earth and everyone around her because she just can do it. That's what it looked like. I mean, she did a lot of crazy stuff because she could use all her power of her brain. But I think there is more when you have more time to ponder. One can also lose sight of the pondering, and not get lose your bearings. It's sort of like a Ouija board of sorts. I guess, I don't know. It's evil. It's devil. No, What's that? The idle mind. There's a saying, right? Something about the devil and having an idle mind, where you start to look to do other things than what most people end up doing with their lives, which is work and sleep and eat, and just do what everyone else does, kind of thing. You're part of the machine. There's something to be said about that, I guess. Something to be said about it, but it's a scary thing to be said, for sure. It's I think we're talking about that, about how societies can, I think ideally every society, through government and corporations, businesses, powers that be, prefer that everyone operate in the same manner, so that they can control it easier, or I think they feel like they could control it better. But you can see what's scary about that is the leading everyone off the bridge, kind of leading people into war with those kind of that kind of control, mind control, in a sense, the conformity of everyone to be the same, and that's where societies, some societies are more susceptible, and I was talking about how Japan has that in their cultural makeup of sorts, where everyone, there's not much celebration of the individual. Everyone wants to just sort of hide behind the machine of sorts. Apparently, that's which then led to them being war. Doing their war thing in World War II. Idle hands are the devil's playground. Yes. That's what it is. That's the saying, I believe. I think you're right. What did Google say that meant? I was asking you to look something up on Google, and I don't even know what I was asking anymore. I already moved on. Light years. I'm light years past that reference, I guess. What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? But I gotta say, just personally, it would be nice to maybe find some monetary success in my creative output, as of today, or hopefully in the near future. Then I would have a little more fire in my ass. Though I could get that fire by gastronomical means, i.e., hot sauce, pizza, hot dogs, baked beans, I could at least levitate in a methane gassed psychosis that would probably make me pass out. No, but I'm looking for I guess I'm looking for, but again, it's an elusive thing. And apparently I don't play the game right. So I guess I'm depressed on that front. But I, what are you gonna do? You do what you got to do. I do what I do. I am what I am. I am what I am. And it kind of makes me feel content I'd say I'm content maybe at least 50% of the time, but I would say even more. I'm actually, is that a low number? Maybe I'm being too honest. But maybe I should be a little more optimistic here. But I'll tell you how I break into the content mode. Not contempt, but content. And that is by picking up a paintbrush, ultimately. So if I'm painting all the time, I'm pretty much content. But I can also get frustrated from the whole act, and also from performing. I feel content. I feel content right now with you. I feel roughly content. I feel fine. I mean, I feel okay. But I guess I got a lot of stuff I got to do, which I'm not in any hurry to do, and I should just really should just keep painting. I got to stretch. I can feel that. Okay, I got a lot of stuff to do here. It's 12:15, guys. Thanks again. I'm gonna sign off. I hope you guys have a good day. Hopefully we made you think a little bit. And hopefully we didn't lead you further into more anguish. Hopefully we left you feeling a little better about yourself, about the world you live in. Excuse me. That is it for me today, I guess. I mean, I could keep talking, actually. I could keep going, but I'm not really sure. Actually, I wasn't really sure where I was going in the first place, so what's different? What's so different about that now? I know. All right. Anyway, that is it. Thanks again for being here. We are, this is Let's Paint TV, the lack of inspiration, no energy field show, and yet we did find there were moments, and I always like that moment. I like finding those moments. It has it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful life. Good movie, by the way. There's a lot of good movies out there. There can be. All right, Ryan. We'll see you later. Bongo and whoever else, Brandon. We'll see you tomorrow on Let's Paint TV. Maybe I'll be painting tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.